work. Um, when you're, I guess what they refer to as processing information, as as your brain is bringing in information through your senses, and then you're trying to make sense out of what's coming in through your senses to your brain, and it's a difficult proposition at best. It's confusing. I went and watched some of the old videos that I liked on with Dorothy Dandridge, Cow Cow Boogie and Jig in the Jungle and stuff. And when you see it, you see why they selected her back in the 40s to be one of the original girls. There's Lena Horne and uh, and Dorothy Dandridge and stuff because they have there's a white look to them. Obviously, Lena Horne, people thought she was white, right? And so, yeah, but there's a white look to the sexuality and the sensuality. So they're trying to sell you a product to get you to buy the products. And when you get right down to it, it's basically I'm watching all this stuff, and they got on an Ariana Grande, why I hate that I made you love me or something like that. Or I'm watching the weird video on it, and it's all sexploitation, right? All of it. You don't. The blues are brewing. Billie Holiday. You listen to the song, and it's all sexploitation. Okay. I'm so lost, so doggone lost, not even God can find me, right? What about even the cats? Yeah. Um, uh, you live through sexual reproduction. Cats live through sexual reproduction. You're lonely. People suck. You got a cat, right? So, yeah, technically it's all sexploitation. Bernadette, I need you to live, right? And you sit and you look at it and you watch it. And I've never really looked at it that way because of how much I knew I was wanted to be a dad from the time I was a little kid, and knew how I liked being a kid, and I wanted that to continue. Right. Now there are a lot of things about being a kid that I didn't like because I was born in 1966 in Las Cruces, New Mexico, and grew up in the television culture, the bowels of hell. You know, Johnny got his gun, and the Seven Samurai, and the Magnificent Seven, and and the Billy Jack, and and Tamango, and and all these story roots, and Shogun, and Centennial, and just mounds and mounds and mounds of stories of you know oh yeah, yeah, Jesse Fun. Oh yeah, yeah, Jesse Fun. It's your world, so live in it, right? You got to swim with the sharks in the ocean. You got to swim with the crocodile in the sea. You got to live with the crooked politicians. Sometimes you laugh when you're crying inside. So it's your world, so live. It's a cruel, crazy, beautiful world, so live in it. And it's like it's not as crazy and cruel as you think it is, because you don't have to live with the crooked politician. The sharks in the sea, yes. Okay. The crocodile in the river, yes. Okay. Why are you swimming in the river? Well, because the crooked politician. Why are you swimming in the sea? The crooked politician. Like when I was a kid, I had a song I really liked by a man named Marty Robbins. And it's a really sweet little song about about a little boy who grows up and wants to be a dad, right? And someone waits by the garden gate down in the little green valley. When I get back again, how happy she will be, right? And morning glory vines twined around his door. And by a little babbling brook once more we wander, and in a shady nook we'll dream the hours away. And I will leave all my cares behind, go where I know I found sunshine. Back to that little, and I'm like, why he leave the little green valley, man? I was raised Mormon. Why he lives the little green valley, man? It sounds like everything you need is in the little green valley, man. Then I grew up and went to school and tried to play sports, but everybody was vicious. And then I had to join the military to try to find a way to pay for college to pay my bills because school was always whack. And I thought there's be a way I could get through it. I dropped out my senior year because the economics was genocidal, and they said that what's all about, like the dean explaining to the guys on the Big Bang Theory what their school's all about. And you're like, well, that's not very scientific. We're going to have to invent a giant black hole that will destroy the universe to prove all our theories. Sounds like banking, doesn't it? And that's all sexploitation because the world's first profession is what? Right? Sell your sex. Buy the sex. Richard Dawkins talks about it all the time. He's a fucking genius. Okay? A fucking genius. There you go. It's all sexploitation. When you get right down to it, isn't this moment what it's all about, girl? Earl rhymes with a girl. Yeah, it does. Comes in real handy when you're singing songs. You can replace girl with Earl, and then you get Jesus, right? It's funny. Instead of Mandy, oh, Jesus. Seriously. Oh, Earl, oh, Jesus, I'll be in trouble if you leave me now. 'Cause I don't know where to look for love. I just don't know how. Oh, Jesus, how I depend on you to give me love when I need it. Right on time, you would always be. All my friends call me a fool. They say, let Jesus take care of you. So I try to be hip and think like the crowd, but even the crowd can't help me now. Oh, Jesus, I guess I better go. I know I got a guilty face. Oh, Jesus, I feel so out of place. Oh, Jesus, right? Up. Here, let's replace her with Jesus, right? I have a seat on the same old bench to watch the children play. Tomorrow is their future. But for me, it's just another day. They all gather around me. They seem to know my name. We laugh, tell a few jokes, but it still doesn't ease my pain. I know I can't hide from a memory, though day after day I tried. I'll keep saying, he'll be back. But today, again I've lied. Oh, I see his face everywhere I go, on the street and even at the picture show. Have you seen him? Where's Jesus? Tell me, have you seen him? Oh, I hear his voice as the cold winds blow in the sweet music on my radio. Have you seen him? Tell me, have you seen him? Why did he have to leave and go away? Right, we've been used to having someone to lean on, and we're lost. Babies, we lost. Yep. Pasadena? Altadena? Have you seen him? No, it's all about making money at Caltech. Damn beavers. Leave it to beaver. There we go, sexploitation again. It all comes back to sexploitation, don't it? All right. You've been used to having someone to lean on for sexploitation, and now you're lost. Well, because Jesus is no longer a cartoon character in the sky. You were so untrue, but now you're true. You're just an angel in the sky. And now, Jesus is a human being. Okay? He's not like you. He's not like you at all. He has faith, immaculate faith in infinite glory. He believes in the eternal truth of the Messiah. He'll stand up for the perfect commands to deliver us from evil, the freedom of the Lord's Spirit. And he'll do it while you watch and don't do a damn thing to help him. And then feel sorry for yourself and tell other people, we all nasty ass motherfuckers. We'll all sit there and get naked and spit on each other's asshole and toss a salad and all that shit that people do, and then get nasty sexually transmitted diseases on their tongue and their teeth, and we all nasty ass motherfuckers. We all need disinfectant on our face before we could try to kiss anybody. Right. Guys, when sexuality becomes all about gratification, all about the orgasm, Okay. That's not what sex is about. Okay. It is nice when you can enjoy what you don't need to. Okay. The girl I had the best sex life with was asthmatic, and she had Chinese. She couldn't orally gratify you because she looked like Dorothy Dandridge. She's so pretty, but her teeth would scrape the tip. It hurt, and you'd be like, "That's okay, baby," and you're asthmatic, so she couldn't breathe well. And we lived in Phoenix, and it was hell. So, you know, would I orally? Yeah, I would orally do things for her. I loved her. She was fun, and she had orgasms, and it was nice. And but I didn't ask that she do it for me because it hurt. She's just like, okay, that hurts. So I didn't tell her because I didn't want to hurt her feelings because I adored her so much, right? So I just did, and I was very athletic. I was one of the most, well, we all know that, one of the best athletes in the history of the world. And she was not, but she looked like Dorothy Dandridge. She was so cute. Oh my gosh. And the girl I dated before that had double dinner tray booty, it looked like Ella Fitzgerald, right? And I had a shallow how moment the first time we ever had sex and took a shower together because I was like, Earl, you just had really fun sex with that girl. She has no butt. She's like Dorothy Dandridge, no legs, no butt. A jig in the jungle. Yeah, I was like, but Earl, you got a big crush on Janet Jackson. Yeah, and you missed her double dinner tray booty. Yeah, I know. What happened? I went to the Cotton Club and all the white folks bought it. It's like, I don't know what happened. It's funny. And I had like this shallow how moment. And then she looked at me with that beautiful face. Oh gosh, she looked like Doris. She was so pretty. And I was like, Earl, what you thinking? What you thinking? It's not all about, she got to have a big butt. She don't have a big butt that I can smack and play with and look at and and she didn't. She was tiny. She looked like, she had Halle Berry, Dorothy. Well, Halle Berry plays Dorothy Dandridge, right? So she got this tiny little butt and these tiny little legs, right? Something that I didn't, when I was young, it was, whoa, Ursula Castro, damn, she thick, right? Nicole Estridge, Priscilla, big butt, big thighs, And so I got with this tiny little girl, like Dorothy Dandridge, who I had a huge crush on when I was a kid. So when I was a kid, I wasn't thinking about sex. I was thinking about love, right? And when you looked at Dorothy's face, you just went, Dad, she's so pretty. I love her, Mommy. She's pretty, right? That's what you did. You just went. You did Diana Ross. Took a little time to learn about loving, right? You did that, Half the words you said to me were missing, 'cause my mind was so intent on kissing. I thought it took a little, am I really hard to please? Perhaps I have such special needs. Yeah, I'm going to read to you slow. God's omniscient, omnipotent. Stop saying he, she, and we, and what, not, and that, shit, whatever. Maybe, if you read a little Blaise Pascal, even though it's incomplete and incorrect, because the Vatican sucks, and we all know that, because banking sucks, right? So, and you're like, oh, yeah, I know my brother-in-law is a banker. And it makes him miserable. He has heart conditions because of it. Okay. I gotta save Baba. Okay, I gotta save Monty. Right? Arthur Miller plays suck, deaf as salesman. So you live the Lord's Prayer. Monty can work with wood. Okay. He can go in there and make tables and cutting boards, And he doesn't like to bring in all that plastic stuff and put it in a thing. And it's $48,000. He just likes to do it and share it with people that he loves because it makes him feel good, right? He does really neat woodwork. It's really pretty, really gorgeous stuff, right? Dad's got a cutting board for Monty and some other things, and he makes really neat stuff with wood, right? It makes him feel better. Because can you imagine working in a bank where a multi-billion-dollar mass murderer comes in and gets everything he wants, and a poor family that's getting fucked by the multi-billionaire gets put out in the street, and there's nothing you can do about it, or you lose your job, so you go home and you make a nice cutting board or something pretty with wood, like Jesus used to do back in the day. Why, oh, why did he have to leave and go away, right? You've been used to having someone to lean on, and you're lost. That's why people don't like me. Okay. There's no hobby to fall back on. There's no there's no mind numbing alcohol. There's no mind numbing drugs. Okay. There's no distracting yourself to watch cartoons or watch Abbott and Costello and forget about life for a while. It's like, God, you can't, because it's like they were dumber then than we are now. They thought God was up in the sky flying around on these wings with a bunch of wackadoodle, crazy, psychotic, murdering angels and shit. There were wackadoodles, right? Sexploitation is nuts, man. It's fucking crazy, man. They think they can just make it up as they go. All right. If it's unbelievable, it's unbelievable. The more people believe it, we'll play money for sex, right? Cow boogie, a jig in the jungle, all right? Now you brewing with the blues. No one will come and hold you. You'll die all by yourself. It'll be a real sad Eric Carmen song. Never gonna fall in love again. I don't want to start with someone new, 'cause I couldn't have seen it end just like me and you. No, I never want to feel the pain of remembering how it used to be. Yeah. Patrick he grew up a little bit like Ahmad, back in the day. It was a little different. His apartment was the focal point of all activities. Like when we moved to Quarry, because all the cousins used to come over. Uncle Punchy's, I love Uncle Punchy, but Uncle Punchy spanks hard, And yes, video games, this and that. All the kids would come over. It was always the focal point of all the kids coming over and playing. From the time that me and Patrick moved out of Grandma's to live with Bob and Cindy, that didn't go with Therese and Punchy, and then things got too ghetto. So we had to move to an even more ghetto place, but Dad was in charge of the ghetto. They made him the on-site manager because he was an ex-vet, worked for a Fortune 500 company and was going to school at ASU. And so he was the most responsible citizen, so he became the head of the apartment complex. And it ran real well. And Patrick liked it from 95? Yeah, going in on 96 till 1999, His life was, Dad running the apartments and everybody, you were scared, Dad? So his 4 years of formative, when he went from, he started going to school, yeah. Daycare. Was he only at Great Beginnings? Yeah, I think the first year, because he's born in 91, the first year was at Great Beginnings. And then he went to, what was the name of the school? Was it Monte Vista? I got a video of it. I'll look it up. I got a video of Mrs. Huber's class. She was such a sweetheart. Mrs. Huber's class. And I've also got some pictures and video of I didn't get any of the next year of Mrs. Buck, right? She was a Mexican lady married to a white man, and they had a bilingual class because it was in a largely Hispanic community where we lived, because we lived down off of Thomas and 32nd Street and stuff, down by Van Buren and all that. So naturally, the school was mostly filled with more than 50% poor Mexican families. Right, so it was bilingual classes. So Patrick grew up like his old man, thinking in English and Spanish, and yeah. And his hunger burns, so he starts to roam the streets at night, and he learns how to steal it. It wasn't like that. Oh, it was cool. His dad was the protector of everybody at the apartments. with the Crips, where the girlfriend beaters got rent out by his old man. You were afraid, Dad? Yeah, I was afraid when I was a kid. It was scary, man. Jack Palance and Christopher Lee as Dracula and all that crazy shit on TV where you're afraid. Yeah, and Dad's belt, with Grandpa's belt. Grandpa's belt could take the skin off a child. No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like Mr. Cosby. It was more of a welts and bruises. Welts and bruises, bruises and welts, welts and bruises, bruises and welts. That's what it was. Yeah, it wouldn't take the skin off you, but it did leave big fat, big because it was welts and bruises. Yeah, lots of welts and bruises around you, your buttocks, your sides of your hips, your thighs, and because you were stupid enough to put your hand back there, yeah, there too. Thinking it would stop it from hurting your ass. Is like it hurts just as much on your forearm and your hand too. Yeah, it does. Trying to stop over your hand does not work. You just might as well take it on that ass, on your ass meat and your thighs. It's like, holy shit, he ain't gonna beat the crap out of you. Yeah, well, that was just tradition. Me, no, I only had to spank Patrick 3 times. Playing with the socket, trying to run in traffic. And there might have been one other time that I just don't recall. Yeah, otherwise he was, hey. Because, when I spanked him, this is big dumb killing machines, they don't see kids, and Dad would have to take a tire iron and say, okay, just watch what you're doing, they don't see you. Okay, Dad, And the same with sockets. Smack, that'll electrocute you and cause you to have a heart attack and die. Oh, okay, that's how intelligent my son was, the one, Dad, all the mouths of babes. My mom and all the people at work at FedEx get in trouble for this too, watching Jerry Springer all the time. There's nobody intelligent on it. It's not funny like cartoons. It's my boy. That's my boy, my boy, talking about my boy, right? And I raised another guy's daughter because he tried to beat her to death in the womb because he didn't want to get her to get in the way of his partying, so he could be the Snoop Dogg of Apache Junction, Arizona, right? And I had to, because of bitchiness between the courts and the manipulation of the courts and bitchinesses of women, I lost Patrick to his mom and his aunt, who knew how to use bureaucracy to get their way and manipulate people. And when Patrick was being selfish, they pounced on it and said, this is perfectly acceptable behavior. You should get everything your way and get what you want. And if you don't get everything your way and get what you want, you make the people that don't do everything your way and give you what you want pay. I'm like, God damn, evil woman. You're an evil woman. Right? Shit. Evil woman. It's the Electric Light Orchestra on crack. Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Hello? How are you? Have you been all right? Through all those lonely nights. That's what I'd say. I'd tell you everything if you'd pick up that telephone, right? And you get a lot of people, my life has been probably one of the most difficult lives, if not the most difficult life in the history of the world. Okay. John McCain dropped bombs on children. Okay. He helped, and he didn't help, but he engaged in inventing the Hanoi Hilton. He's like Stephen Hawking, Life's eternal grace is infinite. You have no faith in God. You invented your own disease, and you caused the disgusting conditions for it. Okay, I'm the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer, you stupid cuntilingus face. Okay. I'm the bravest, most intelligent, perfect man in the from the 20th to the 21st his century of your entire generation, of any of you that have access to. Because other people like me most likely were identified and plugged into computers by complete pathetic piles of shit that are aspiring trillionaires And they're all upset. Well, they're not upset because that idiot's a trillionaire before them. The biggest target for technology to isolate and contain influencers is money. Because money is an invention that puts the entire planet species at risk. So the first thing that quantum computing is going to do when it takes control of drones and robotics technologies and all quote unquote banking technologies for AI to do business solutions is to neutralize the people that use the invention of money to put the entire planet and species at risk. That's its prime directive. It was initiated when I was locked up in the back of deputies and Todd Garrison's deputies' cars, ordered by the Koch brothers and Susanna Martinez. Well, because the Chinese know you better than you know you. Like that idiot at the fucking Walmart said to me about Lord Saladin. I'm amazed that you know so much, but you're supposed to know your enemy. Okay, and you're supposed to know Holy Jihad, Batman, that the greatest enemy to you is you. Well, because life's eternal and grace is infinite, and you've trapped the soul in the mind. And if God's omniscient and omnipotent, and life's eternal and grace is infinite, why are you fighting? Why are you killing? What are you afraid of? What do you need? Same things everybody else needs. And why are you putting everything that everybody needs at risk because of the things you think you fucking want, asshole? Okay, what? I'm just correcting Kaylin Gilliard's and Stephanie Gilliard's selfishness so I don't lose out on time with Patrick Earl Parsons. Because that's priceless, right? Yeah. They didn't listen to me, so I'll just tell them what to do, and I'll tell the technology to tell them how to do it. But they're not an issue. They're not a problem. They're told what to do by multi-billionaires and trillionaires who invented the technology to control us all, and they can't control themselves because they lack the capacity to go, life's eternal, grace is infinite. If I destroy all needs because I want to have my brain be the greatest robot of all Leonard Nimoy, Optimus Prime, Megatron time, I'm dumb as fuck. Yeah, I know, it's okay. Silver Surfer. I like Silver Spooner better. It's funny. It's from a cartoon. I don't know which one. I think it's like on frickin' Dexter's Laboratory or something like that. I don't know. The Silver Spooner. It's funny, and he speaks with a lisp like he's a Habsburg. Right? A Habsburg. Never mind. Okay. But I'm from the Rio Arriba country. Okay. We speak Spanish like a man. Okay. We don't have any Habsburgs with a list that changed the way we speak. We were isolated for over 400 years, speaking Spanish like men instead of Habsburgs. Okay, I'm a Habsburg. You have to say it like this because I speak with a lisp. That's kind of funny as shit, but we ain't talking like that. We're from New Mexico. Okay, have a nice day. Okay. I had to explain that to people when I joined the service. And I went to the East Coast and stuff, and they talked to Mexican, is what they used to say to me when I spoke Spanish. Oh, you're Mexican. Right? Really? What's a what? And of course, you know how I was in Washington State. With my cuñado, Jerry Provincial Javier, We speak like a Mexican, right? And so they would talk shit about my brother-in-law, who, the father of Gabe and Mike, Gabe and Mike from the Bible, Quran, the Mormon documents. Those two. Yeah, Gabe and Mike. Deming, New Mexico. That's where they were born. Deming, near the Florida mountains. Yeah. He was born on the other side. Tishna. Jerry, yeah. Jerry's relative, yeah. There's only a few of them, and Jerry's related to the Mescaleros and the Chiricahuas, so there's not a lot of them. The U.S. Army tried to exterminate them all from the face of the planet. Okay. If you want to understand the true magnitude of that West Studi movie, the U.S. government had to spend more money and resources during their time than they did the whole Vietnam War. Yeah, and they almost hunted and exterminated every last man, woman, and child of the Apache people because they didn't just declare war on the Chiricahuas. Just the other ones just gave up first. And the Chiricahuas fought almost to the last. Okay. Because they were live free or die. They were making license plates in prison in New Hampshire, right? And the rest of you are still doing it, right? So this is very abstract. Yeah, this is a very abstract prayer. Well, because the people, I connected to this guy named Dwayne from Tech Room Bible Talk. Okay, and he's a horrible listener. He's an absolute terrible listener. Okay, every time he talks to Jesus, he goes and reads the Bible, and then tells everybody what Jesus is saying. He's a terrible listener. Talks to the man like Jesus, he will tune him out. That man is just batshit fucking crazy. He cusses too much, and I don't like him. So, really, well, that's okay, Dwayne, because I don't like you either. I don't like you. No, your wife left you because you think you know everything by reading that damn book, and we've been reading that damn book for ever since ever since Constantine and Jerome decided to turn Jesus into their Constitution cartoon character because they found out that their rotten fucking pig-stealing relatives that crucified Jesus are nothing like Jesus. So they tried to come up with a script for a bank to make it look like all the assholes that give us banking through scripts are like Jesus. And everybody knows that's complete fucking horseshit. I could see through that. That's why I was with the problem child at the Mormon church on Telshore and Las Cruces. This is complete horseshit. I've watched Mel Blanc cartoons. I've also watched How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and it ain't them dogs real voices, and that's Boris Karloff, and he pretends to be, what's his name again? Frankenstein's monster. You don't have much dialogue in that movie. I saw it for the first time just last year. I just knew of did he play? Was he the one that played Frankenstein in Abbott and Costello's? It might have been another actor that looked like Boris Karloff. Probably was. Okay. And stuff, but I like Boris Karloff better in his speaking roles. My favorite is the James Wong movies. I think he does it with a lot of dignity and respect for Chinese people and what we perceived was Chinese culture through our perception of Chinese culture through Hollywood. I thought it was very tastefully done and very, respectful to what they were attempting to do. I liked the James Wong movies. And they were irrational and stupid and but, it just goes to show that the Chinese, when being selfish and narcissistic, are just as fucking stupid as the people in the United States and their manifest fucking destiny, and then coming someplace where people live and naming it after an Italian guy and saying we're all descendants of this Italian guy because we're all Americans. It's like, I am not an American. No, I'm a human being. Okay. I don't want to sing war songs. I don't want to salute flagpole rags. I don't want to murder people over money in the name of the flagpole rag and the war song. I'm not a goddamn comic book promoting fucking dumbass that calls himself a Jehovah's Witness. Because every Jehovah's Witness I've ever met has labeled me the devil and sent me to hell. And they're fucked up little heads. Because they read too many damn comic books, right? Earl, you funny. I know. I'm going to load this one up. We're going to keep kicking ass. There's Trevor McDonald meets Death Row's most hated man. He looks like the artist representation of Albrecht Dürer. That's a Jesus for a lot of you. Albrecht Dürer is a artist from Europe. The first picture he ever painted of Jesus was literally a self-portrait. Albrecht Dürer. A lot of you, same way. Yeah. Your portraits of Jesus are portraits of your relatives because you got ego problems. Okay, what a fucking mess. Caesars should be embarrassed by all this exclusive package stuff. Okay, it's money, dumbass. You're a Roman. Why are you bitching about being a Roman? And see how he's got his thumb down like at the with the gladiators with the dumbasses. Okay, guys, I love you very much. How to boil the perfect egg so it feels like okay. So the eggs. I'll go. That's 24 minutes. But it's Small Town Southern Wife. So I'm going to go watch it. Okay, guys, I love you. All right, peace out.